No, my title does not deceive you. Smart doorbells belong in the very depths of hell where no man can hear their faint chimes. We used to live in a time where a wholesome postman would walk up to your door and have 3 options. A. Knock on the door. B. Use a door knocker. Or C. Tap the letterbox. This isn't a quiz, they could just do any of those things. And then you'd say, "Hello Postie, you right? What have you got for me today?" "Oh, my wooden butter churner. How splendid." And if you went in to take the package, they'd say, "I shall leave this delivery at the door because we live in this utopian society where Herbie thinks package theft does not exist." I'm telling you, it doesn't. But now we live in a world where they storm down the roads in their big, loud vans that says Prime on the side. They stop in the middle of the road and then rummage in their vans for 5 solid minutes. Meanwhile, 10 minutes of traffic has been generated behind them. And then they speed walk up to your door and shove their finger into the Ring doorbell that goes. I'm just sat in my room chilling and that noise erupts out of nowhere. And just when you think it's over, the noise strikes again! Oh, and also, we don't have a Ring doorbell. Imagine that. This could happen anywhere in a 1-mile radius and I'd still hear it. So yeah, that's why smart doorbells belong in hell. Chapter 1. Jeff Bezos literally lives in your doorbell, and all other smart technology for that matter. I think in our society, doorbells have quite a good and wholesome reputation. It's like a musical instrument, but it's permanently in your home. It's like a church bell. And also a doorbell was something you see in a children's picture book. Ted the bear was waiting for his jam delivery from Mrs. Doodle. "Aha!" he shouted as the doorbell chimed. "Mrs. Doodle must be here with the jam. Yippee!" Ted the bear shouted. But now we are further down the evolutionary chain of doorbells. And somehow we're at the point where they are these small little plastic boxes with Martian technology inside, all controlled by this man here. I want one. That's right, Amazon own Ring doorbells. If Jeff Bezos is bored of listening to your conversations through his many millions of Alexas, he's probably peeping through your doorbells too.
"Hey, Mackenzie? Oh wait, I divorced her. Does anybody want to play doorbell guess the rule with me? It's where you guess the color of the next car that's driven by one of the doorbells."
And once again, we went from wholesome ding-dong doorbells to an army of billionaire robots attached to your door with more technology than NASA used to go to the moon. This just makes me feel uncomfortable. Thing is with us humans, yeah, we don't know when we have it good. We have a perfectly fine doorbell and we're like, I'm gonna do it. Do what? I'm gonna add a microphone to the doorbell. Why? It's fine as it is. Yeah, it's fine as it is, I suppose. Doorbell satisfaction is through the roof. Yeah, exactly. Good. But I might just add what? I might just add a camera, microphone, heat detector and speaker though. Literally, what did I just say to you? Yeah, but it'll make more money. True. I imagine Jeff Bezos is waiting for the day where 50% of the population own a Ring doorbell. And once that happens, he'll activate them all at once, either allowing mind control.
Listen to me, you're being controlled. Jason, I'm talking to you. Just stop.
Or just killing off 80% of the population to achieve world domination.
Jeff Bezos.
It's stuff like that just concerns me. Chapter 2. Over-technologyified. So I get that over-technologification is good for accessibility reasons, and my family own a bunch of smart technology, so I'm gonna be nice. Despite the fact that some of these features have good use cases, can we all just appreciate how satire and dystopian it is? It honestly feels like something you'd see in one of those old BBC interviews with children. You boy, what technology do you think we will see in the future?
Oh, blimey, sir. I think that in the future we'll have the most wonderful and excellent gizmos. Maybe even doorbells will have cameras so you can speak to someone from on the other end.
Get your head out of the clouds and educate yourself, or you'll see the back of my hand. Like, really, you're away from home and someone is trying to deliver to you, and you can have a full-on chat with the driver whilst your entire neighbourhood can hear your conversation. Oh yeah, just leave the package down there. How's Amazon treating you? Hello? You still there? And also, anytime you walk past a home with a smart doorbell, the camera's like, and it starts filming you. And then it sends that footage off into space to the satellites, or maybe it just goes through the ground through the Wi-Fi cables or something. Then it's probably being sent through wires straight into Jeff Bezos' Batcave, where the data is being pumped into his body through thousands of little tubes.
More footage, more footage, more footage.
He's like,
Fresh Ring doorbell footage from Mongolia.
Not only that, but a backup of that footage is now being transported across the globe to a server farm, probably somewhere in the north of Finland. So the simple act of you walking past someone's home with a smart doorbell caused all of that to happen. Not so innocent, I think. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in! I feel like I'm living amongst constant surveillance. You know, the UK has the 4th most CCTV cameras in the world. Oh, great. Look, what I'm trying to say is, do you really want to have a 12-minute conversation with your minimum wage delivery driver? Do you really need the camera to start recording when an ant walks past your home? Do you really need to use that irritating bell chime? I started this video months ago. I wrote it, I filmed it, and it was so passive aggressive. Not even that, it was just so aggressive that I scrapped it and left it for dead. And only now have I been able to approach it again. My business partner, colleague and creative assistant Joseph Fisher said, "It would be ever so sad if I didn't recycle the script." So here I am now. Smart home technology is a real complex for me, where if someone is praising their Ring doorbell, I'm thinking, oh, so you hate privacy. You hate the freedom of the people. You feel the need to constantly monitor your front door as well as your neighbours. You don't want to miss the delivery of your new oven gloves. So you have this soap dispenser looking box drilled to your door so you can have a lengthy conversation with your minimum wage delivery driver. Another wad of cash in the hands of Jeff Bezos. However, if someone is speaking down on smart home technology, I would naturally respond, you're just a hater who doesn't like change. Smart home technology can be genuinely useful, especially for those who rely on it day to day to do simple tasks. I hate that so much. A couple years ago, I was like most people. I adored the idea of having a smart home. Technology everywhere that would make simple tasks easier, more efficient, and funner. But then as I grew older and wiser, I realized there's no need. Ask yourself, do you really need to control the lights from your phone? Susan, could you pop on light? I'm struggling to see phone screen.
What?
Pop on light, I can't see my phone screen.
Turning the light on won't make your phone screen any brighter, Graham.
Susan, I think I know how this thing works.
All right then. Oh, I forgot we had the light switches taken out.
You what, love?
Yeah, the electric man said you control it through your phone nowadays.
Susan, how am I supposed to control the lights if I can't use my phone?
Well, I don't know.
You know, let's just keep the light switch. It really brings the room together. And I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, but sometimes Nancy needs to tell people what's up. You know, put people in their place. Because soon we'll have, I don't know, smart air, where the oxygen in our home will be restricted and slowly pumped in through a tube, all in response to the growing levels of toxic greenhouse gases in the air. And you know Amazon will market it like, save the environment, one step at a time, with smart air, the air you can trust. And then there'll be a massive recall because there was a glitch leading to thousands of deaths because there was no oxygen pumped into the homes. And do you know why they all died? It's because it was nighttime and they couldn't turn on the lights to see what was going on because there were no light switches. And when they screamed, Alexa, turn the lights on! While slowly dying, Alexa just played a random folk song called Turn the Lights On, and that just played as they all fell to the floor. You know, I think I'm just bitter because I've always wanted smart bulbs. There was a stage in my life where I was just smart home technology obsessed. I'd go around the house noting down which pieces of smart technology I would have where. Now, like I said before, this pathetic dislike for smart home technology is probably because when I asked for it back in the day, it never turned into anything. My dad would probably consider a dimmer switch smart home technology, or even a slow cooker. So the chances of me getting an air humidifier that played music and could charge an Apple Watch that I didn't have were very, very low. Now the same also applies to other things like smart cars. And I don't mean these little sweeties. I mean just any new technology used in cars now. In the ideal world, every car would just be like Herbie the car from the Herbie the car franchise. A vehicle with human-like emotions and an understanding of the world. But instead, we got these. Cars that can't really self-drive and require on-screen controls to change the air conditioning. Then they try to automatically reverse into a parking space, crash into the cars in front and behind, and then they're like, yo, I'm the future, hop in the back. If you're going to make a car intelligent, make it seamless and fluid, not a hindrance, my friend. Maybe this all comes down to simplicity. Humans like to overdevelop what we already have. And for the most part, that's great. You know, some vaccines here and there and some other things are good, but sometimes we have to take a step back, get some perspective and ask ourselves, do we really need a $500 juicer that simply squeezes pre-bought bags of juice into a glass and requires Wi-Fi and an app on your phone? No. We don't. Subscriptions, subscriptions, subscriptions. Oh, how they make me sick. Everything is subscription based now. Speaking of, why don't you subscribe? I miss back in the day where everything used to be a one-time payment. Actually, I say that as if I wasn't born into the age of subscription services. Like some of my earliest memories is typing my mum's card details into Club Penguin or something. Nowadays, we're all chained down by these big companies that drain our accounts monthly. Then when you least expect it, bam, they raise the prices. And then they make you watch ads on top of that. Netflix have actually done this. Now loyal paying subscribers are confronted with an Oral-B ad mid-Walter.
You know, Walter.
And that is not alright. Netflix are not a family who are struggling day to day to make ends meet. They're that wealthy family who complain about the cost of living crisis whilst their heating is on full blast. They're also in denial that they're in debt after their daddykins lost all their money through dodgy investments. That analogy got away from me, but what I'm basically trying to say is Netflix bad. I was going to make a joke that the government are going to start a subscription service called Gov+. Then I realised taxes exist. Okay, going back to smart doorbells, since you asked, most of them are reliant on a monthly subscription service to access basic features, like cloud storage.
Ah, can't you see they're robbing you?
A good home security system should be completely integrated in your home. Hence the word home! Not the footage being pumped into Jeff Bezos' body and then sent somewhere in Finland. It's like squeezing the toothpaste onto someone else's brush and then having to transfer that onto your brush. That is what Ring doorbells are like. You get me? You don't get me. I knew you wouldn't get me. No one ever understands. Also, this isn't necessarily a downside. It could be a downside. It's great having extra security in your home, allowing you to check in every 10 minutes to see if you've been robbed yet, and also to see how Betsy's doing whilst you're at work. But it's not just criminals and dogs you'll find. Imagine this. You just hop into the shower to find that your hot water is off. You fling on a towel to cover up. No one's in, but if someone breaks into your home, you don't want them to see you in the nude. So you rush downstairs to the boiler, switch it on. As soon as you flip the switch, you slowly turn around with the realization that you are on camera to your whole family. But what are the chances that they're all watching at the exact moment? Very high. Because they've all been notified that a strange figure has entered the frame and the temperature and carbon dioxide levels of the room have increased. And that is why you don't get a camera for your home, for that specific reason. Or you could just leave your boiler on. But what about the cost of living? Have you ever seen those Amazon doorbells that allow the driver to go into your home and drop the package in your home?
Who's that letting themselves into my house?
I do not need to go on to emphasize how horrible that is. I don't care if this delivery driver has had 3 extensive background checks and has never broken the speed limit. They're not coming in. I'll just let my package sit outside and soak up some rain. Imagine if you were actually in the house and you didn't hear the doorbell. There'd be that moment where you walk downstairs and you see someone placing a box in your home. You look at each other and then you slowly reverse back up the stairs and they slowly close the door behind them. Okay, let's read it in. I've expressed my concerns, I've expressed the positives, but what really matters... That's it, I'm done. So yeah, smart technology. Look, I'm a simple person. I just got my Switch, my phone, editing on my computer. What more do I need? Actually, on reflection, the products are great. Although they're robbing you, if you're fine with that, then you're getting a good service. But then again, I probably shouldn't say that because that kind of counters the whole video. Don't get smart technology. None of it. You don't need it. Yeah, okay. Thank you for watching.